Hi, my name is Marie Lloyd Paspe. You can call me Mar. I am a dancer, performing artist, singer, choreographer, and virtual curator based in Queens, New York. Currently, I dance with Bill P. Jones Arnie Zane Company, and I also make my own work. I currently live in Long Island City, which is occupied territory of Lenape people and Canarsie people, and originally from Boston, Massachusetts, and Toronto. Before that, I was born in Singapore. My family is of Filipino descent.
Hi, my name is Peter Cheng, and I am the artistic director and choreographer of Peter & Co., a company based here in New York City. I am originally from San Francisco, California, and particularly of the Ohlone occupied lands. And I have been living out here in Brooklyn for the last 3 years, which is of the Lenape tribe. I am currently freelancing in Brooklyn with Converge Dance, and also create my own work as a choreographer and producer, and sometimes a video editor as well. My family is originally from Taiwan, and I was born here in the States in Los Angeles. I'm really excited to get this started. This concept really started from an initial idea that Marie and I did. We actually performed a duet earlier this year at Arts on Site. And the impetus initially came from, it was called 24 Gestures, and it was a work in which we made up a framework of different gestures in order to build some material. It then evolved into a work that really wanted to speak to our multiple identities as Asian Americans, particularly, first and second generation coming into the States, and, growing up with kind of the American culture as well as our own cultures. I'm Taiwanese American, and really understanding the duality between the two in terms of, any sort of misunderstandings or communications that were different in both cultures.
This piece, and Peter, and specifically Peter and my background, history, heritage, culture, within our own collaborative process and how that kind of mixes is very present in the current work that we're making, that I think we come together with our very diverse backgrounds in America, living an Asian American life and uniquely Asian American life that comes together in a unique way. Me being Filipino American and Canadian, and how that kind of beautifully merges into a piece that is so much about presence, about loss, about sacrifice, about working hard, defying expectations. Fast forward months later, we have pandemic, we have Black Lives Matter, we have world paradigm shifting, and we have live performance as a thing that has been halted by coronavirus. Peter and I have had to kind of shift our ideas for the second reiteration of this piece. And what that meant to us was still finding ways to reroute, still finding ways to identify our own selves within our worlds that we navigate, but in a COVID-friendly way.
When we received Ardsley Residency, Astrid, who runs it, said, you know what, we usually give artists 72 hours up in the Catskills, and you get to create and perform and, basically do a showing and a process showing with individuals who are of that community. But because of COVID, we still want you to have that opportunity and feel free to do whatever you like. And I think the first thing that came to mind was definitely a film. I think that the film medium is really, really fascinating, incredibly challenging. I think we'll find out once you're able to kind of see what we put together from this initial concept of 24 Gestures in January, and now we're back together in August. Again, how the world has shifted. During this time, my mother passed away, and I think as kind of a tribute to, that is that art is really a catalyst for how we deal with mourning. And I think in particular, as we're, doing all of the storylines and really understanding, what this piece has kind of now come to be, is that it's still a film. These cultural identities of gesture and communication, we now realize that within our parents and within, those who raised us, them coming to a different country and really being able to kind of establish a life here, yet still have to work with dual identities, that they then pass those values and those learnings and those lessons down to their children. My mom, she was such a strong, powerful force. She taught me resilience. She taught me kind of everything. And now, 33 years into life, it's almost as if those training wheels are being taken off. But, this film really kind of, in more of a conceptual way, really embodies, what it's like to, have a figure in your life that is so ever present and guiding you. And then, thereafter, really being able to let go of the fact that, they will always be there, and that, the shadow and the memory and the imprint of them will continue to live on in the generations that come. And I think, with the film and with the color and with the backgrounds, we do some hints to that in terms of, the relationship of Mar and myself, the relationship to the environment, even how the film progresses in terms of, throughout the stages.